All right. If you'd hit the subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. And I address this topic about once a year, but the reality is, if you're not taking care of these things, you don't love your partner. You don't care about your family. And a lot of people are like, what? I love my wife. Well, do you have your life insurance in order? Do you have your will in order? Okay. And have things been updated? Have you at least looked at this stuff? This is the stuff that nobody likes to do. Okay. I am getting ready to update my will. Why? Because I got married last year. Okay. She's sitting right over there. But what's funny is she was shocked she was already in the will. She was already on as a partial beneficiary. And I've changed some of those numbers. But the reality is, life is not static. And these are documents that are static, okay? So guys, I kind of agree with Dave Ramsey, 10 times your annual income. There is nothing worse, and we hear it all the time. Somebody has an unexpected death. There's no life insurance, and the stay-at-home mom or the woman that you love who maybe makes $50,000 and you make $125,000 and you've got a couple of kids, now is left with a house payment she can't afford. You've got two cars. It's something that if you get term life insurance, very inexpensive if you don't have a bunch of pre-existing conditions. And if you're a smoker or tobacco user, it costs more. Too bad. That's because you're making bad health choices there. But the reality is, you both need life insurance. And if you have a stay-at-home mom, you need life insurance on her. $500,000, you've got to generate some income. You got to invest that money if she's to pass to hire Mary Poppins. Yeah. Because depending on the age of the kids, you can't stop working. So, something to consider. If you've had a kid in the last year, have you added to your life insurance? That's a good way. Every time you have a kid, $250,000 policy. You could do it that way. You have 3 kids, or $750,000 plus another $250,000 for her. When you're young, having kids, it is cheap to purchase life insurance. Okay, you get a 20-year term policy, that'll basically almost get them through college. Okay, it's not sexy. I'd rather talk about sex. I'd rather talk about kink. I'd rather talk about relationships and dating. But at the same time, you've got to address these things if you're in a relationship. There needs to be life insurance if people are financially dependent on you. There needs to be life insurance if you've got a stay-at-home mom on her. Okay? Life insurance, get your will in order. Make sure your wishes are going to be followed in the event of your death. And you don't want some government bureaucrat or the state making decisions. Have you seen many decisions the state has made that you're just like, yay? Again, your wishes, they need to be in a will. As soon as I get back from Mexico, I'm updating mine. Okay? It doesn't take a lot of time or money to address these things, guys. So, and down below, in the comments, would you tell me when is the last time you've updated your will or updated and looked at your life insurance? And if you've divorced in the last year, did you change all of your beneficiaries? I have seen people get divorced and forget to remove their ex as the beneficiary on their work life insurance policies. Now, I personally think the moment the divorce is finalized, you should have a list of where do you need to remove her name so she doesn't get a penny if you die. Okay. And then there's the one last life insurance issue. If you are divorced, are you both carrying a policy on each other so that the kids are taken care of? Now, if you don't want to have a policy that goes to her, I did in my first marriage. But I had a wife who was financially responsible. So I actually didn't worry about it. It's rare compared to nowadays. But you could have a policy that creates a trust upon your death for the kids. And if they're underage, you can't leave it to them. that creates a lot of problems. But you can have a trust that's formed upon death. You could have an outline for how that's going to be handled. But things to think about. Do it occasionally. This is an annual thing you should update and move forward. All right? If you have any questions or you're having some relationship struggles, you can reach out down below and we'll catch up with you soon.